Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Half Brothers podcast. My name is Glenn,
My name is Jacob.
and we are half brothers. Um, Glenn, why don't you tell everybody what are you doing in my house right now, dude?
What am I doing at your house?
Yeah,
Well,
why are you in Ohio? Don't you live in New York?
you owe me a lot of money, and I'm here. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna scare the dog, and she's gonna attack me because she's trained to protect Jacob. But you love Glenn,
She
don't
is.
you?
So if anyone's thinking about breaking into my house, better watch out.
That's right. He's also in Ohio, so you know they can own those things here. Um, I am here because we just watched. Well, first off, I'm here because I love you.
Oh,
I hope you know that.
oh,
Anyway, I was paid to say that. So I'm here because we just watched the Legend Killer versus the Legend on Backlash.
it.
Is that what you wanted me to say?
No.
Dang it! I am here.
Why are you actually in Ohio?
Why am I actually in Ohio?
Yeah,
I was here for a wedding.
that's the reason that you came down.
It's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Well, you're off for like 2 weeks. Like, what's the?
Yeah. So I came down for a wedding. It was cheaper to fly round trip from New York to Ohio and hang out with the family, stick around for Mother's Day to hang out with my mom, stick around for, just to see you, see some friends, family. My niece has a musical next week she's in. She's the lead role in Peter Pan.
She's Peter.
She's Wendy.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But I do think traditionally Peter is played by a girl because
yeah,
the range is so high.
yeah.
And Peter's prepubescent.
I was gonna say girls just look younger, longer.
They look younger, longer.
Although you're doing pretty good. If those of you who don't know, Glenn is 12 years older than me, and like he barely looks like it. Like you can't even tell.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Shout out to Ozempic and Hims for the hair stuff, not the other
Shout
stuff.
out to Hims, not Ozempic. We ain't shouting that out. My aunt actually did tell me I should start taking Hims because she said the best way to make sure you don't lose your hair is like preventative maintenance. So she was like, "Yeah, you should start."
But have you lost any hair?
I mean, it's good. It's not as good as it was when I was younger, but
Me neither.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you're kind of looking like me, huh? I did get this nice fade.
I mean, it still grows long, but
Okay, you wanted an answer. You clearly wanted an answer.
yeah.
So
But I got
Jacob did say that he's not going to tell me what's on his mind today. So I'm kind of, this is a surprise to me what's going on. So I want to make sure I say the right things because if I say the wrong answer,
It's not that.
I might get my leg cut off.
We're gonna be talking social media trends.
Oh,
That's the most hint I can give you.
okay. But I didn't answer incorrectly.
No.
What you wanted.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I felt you wanted a certain answer.
No, I was just genuinely curious. Like,
Okay, good.
Because you're here for
It's literally asking me
for like a week and a half.
I got nervous.
What's all this?
I feel like I'm on a game show right now,
No, yeah.
and I'm already in the hole. I'll take LeBron's career for 2000, Alex.
We should do that.
We should do that.
We should do like a little Jeopardy episode.
We should do a LeBron tribute as well since he's retiring.
Actually?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say I definitely feel like he's gonna wait 2 more years till Bryce gets in the league.
That'd be great. I would love that.
He's definitely gonna wait 2 more
I
years.
would love that.
Speaking of waiting 2 more years with basketball, how about them Cavs, man?
How about them Cavs? Real quick, shout out to my Indiana Pacer friends. I want to congratulate you on being up 2-1 right now. You were up 2-0 the other day, and you were feeling really good about it. And now you're up 2-1, and you're still feeling good, and you should be. But there were some reactions as if you had gotten anything for winning 2-0. And I was looking up T-shirts for where are the T-shirts for the Pacers? Getting 2-0 in the semifinal. Oh, they didn't have them actually because you haven't won anything.
Right.
But then I found this, and I don't know if you can see that.
What's it say on there?
It says, can you read it?
Yeah, it says 2016 champions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we got a T-shirt because we Because we were up 2-0 in the championship.
No, we were actually down 3-1.
Oh,
in the championship.
Were we? That's right. Huh? And how did that end?
I don't know. I mean, no one's ever come back from down 3-1 in the NBA Finals.
Only one team.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, led by one man.
Oh, that's right. LeBron James,
baby. Let's go. Yeah. To Curry, to Iguodala. Back to Iguodala. To Curry. I forget how it goes. To Curry, to Iguodala. Blocked by James. And the rest is history.
Still gives me anytime I watch that little like 3 minute snippet, it still gives me chills.
I have to watch it every night so that
So
I know at one point in time I was happy.
yeah, I mean, hey, the Cavs are still looking good. They got DG back, got Mobley back, got Hunter back.
Yeah.
You know, blew them out the other night. Hopefully, they'll blow them out again tomorrow. You guys will already know what happened by the time this comes out, so hopefully the series is tied 2-2.
It is tied 2-2. I just remembered, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I hope they win it as well. I mean, I will say the Pacers are a good team. It's a good match. I felt I did.
I don't
say,
hate the Pacers too. That's what makes me hate this the most.
You hate or
I don't.
oh, I don't.
I don't.
I root for them because I lived in Indianapolis for 8 years.
Yeah.
I went to more Pacer games than Cavs games actually.
Yeah, and I'm a big Pat McAfee fan.
I love Pat McAfee.
And he's Indiana guy now.
Yeah.
It's like he has Tyrese Halliburton on all the time,
Yeah.
so I like Tyrese.
Yep.
So it's like it's hard for me to root against the Pacers because I do like them, but the Cavs, it's got to be the Cavs, man.
Shout out Sirs, Pacer Nation, Colts
Sirs?
Nation.
Really?
They say Sirs.
Really?
Sirs. Not like SIR, but like
No.
CER.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, but Sirs, we have Cavs,
Yeah.
which is way cooler of a name.
Way cooler.
But, Sirs, they got to do something. They can't call them the Pays.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
Sirs, I mean, and Sirs is a good one.
Sirs
I like
is
the way it
cool.
sounds.
It's not Cavs.
Yeah.
But you'll never be the Cavs. And with that, go Cavs. So we'll see what happens. It's a good matchup, good series, but I'm pulling for my guys. Donovan Mitchell, though, dude, shout out to him. What an amazing
He's so good at
series.
basketball.
He's so good.
He's so good at
And he
basketball.
doesn't get the love he deserves, I feel
No,
like.
he does not at all. Not at all, bro. Because I mean, like I remember when we got him, I was like, oh, like he's a really good player. Like that'll be awesome. And then like thinking he's going away, I'm like, okay, like it would hurt for him to go somewhere else. But I'm like, it's not LeBron again. And then like watching the playoffs and seeing like how dominant he is, and like it's like whenever he wants to get a bucket, he gets a bucket.
He's a dog.
Yeah, and like you're just watching him play, I'm like, dude, this guy is so good at basketball.
He's got to be.
And it's like way different because like it's not like how Steph Curry's really good at basketball, where it's like he's just an incredible dribbler and just has incredible range and consistency with his 3-point shot. It's not like LeBron, where he's just this freak athletic specimen, or like Kevin Durant, where they're just these freak human beings. Like these guys are giant humans and can do incredible things on the basketball court. Donovan Mitchell is like, I mean, he's still a giant human. When he's like what, 6'4", 6'5"?
I don't even know. Gotta be around there.
Yeah, and yeah, no, he's a freak. He's so good at basketball. But anyway, the topics I wanted to talk about.
Let's do it.
I have seen a couple trends going on social media recently. I'm gonna start with the first one because the second one I literally just saw today. I saw like 3 videos for it today, so I'm like, this has got to be a new trend. We're gonna talk about it. But the first trend is, so I'm gonna see what your opinion is, then I'll give my take. 100 humans versus 1 gorilla. Who's winning and why?
It depends on who those 100 humans are, right?
I mean, like how much does it depend?
And what are the rules? Because all we need is a gun.
Okay, no weapons.
No weapons.
And we're in like a very
destruction.
large UFC octagon. So it's like you can run, but you can't run that much.
So is it 100 humans at once on the gorilla? Because if it's one-on-one like Royal Rumble style,
it's not Royal Rumble style.
So everyone together.
It can be everyone together. They can have a choreographed or what's the right word? A strategic plan of attack to take down the gorilla. Or they can decide to be like, all right, we're gonna go one by one.
I mean, if you have like a bunch of Brock Lesnars, if you have 100 Brock Lesnars against a gorilla, I think that gorilla's done.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, so like
it depends.
Let's just say we're picking
average Joes.
Not average Joes, but we're not stacking the line.
It's diverse. It's body.
Yeah. So it's like there's gonna be some me and yous in there. There's gonna be a Brock Lesnar and a John Jones.
So we're not doing anything for him. I'm not doing anything for him. I have a bad hip.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask.
I have a bad shoulder.
I didn't know this. How's the hip doing?
Not good now. It's got to face a gorilla. It's gonna be really bad.
All right, all right, but a diverse group.
Now
we're not just stacking the lineup, but we're also not sending the schlubs out there.
You schlubs. No schlubs?
No schlubs. I mean, a couple schlubs. not all schlubs.
Yeah. Okay, a couple schlubs, couple gloves.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The gorilla's got a solid shot.
You think?
The gorilla's still got a solid shot if it's a I don't know, man. It just depends. What do you think? I don't know. It's a tough
100
one.
humans all day. 100 humans
100 humans all day?
all day. Okay, so like 100 is a big number.
It is a big number.
And humans are bigger than gorillas. Like me and you, we're taller than a gorilla.
Yeah.
Sure, a gorilla is way more muscular than us. Sure, a gorilla can, bite way harder than, me and you can, or my dog that, I train not to bite people. I mean, I don't train her not to bite people. She'll bite you if you break into my house.
That's right. Great kid. 324 Sydney Wallaby Way Sherman.
Bro, I'm definitely getting robbed now. But yeah, so gorillas are herbivores. They don't eat meat, so it's not like they're going to be, looking at you getting hungry.
Right.
It's not like it's a lion
They
that if you
don't
don't
eat-
feed it, it's gonna, want to attack you and eat your flesh.
Yeah.
And they sleep all day.
Harambe didn't sleep. He's sleeping now.
Exactly. And that was a little 4-year-old kid that took him
That
out.
was a little 4-year. That's true. Yeah, one 4-year-old versus one gorilla.
Exactly.
That's all it takes.
Another point is leopards oftentimes hunt gorillas. There has been numbers of leopards
are quick
oftentimes
and got a good bite.
yeah.
All right.
Here's my next point.
Okay.
There's been very a number of documented cases of unarmed humans killing leopards. So if we can kill the thing that kills gorillas without any of our biggest tools,
How much cocaine was in their system, though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't read that far into it.
100 humans on cocaine versus one gorilla? Easy. We're winning.
Easy. And then the final point that I'll make here is, you ever watch like do you know who Bradley Martin is?
No.
He's like a YouTube fitness guy.
He's like the 50-year-old that hangs out with 20-year-old girls, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and he's absolutely yoked to
He's
the
jacked. He
yeah,
looks good.
absolutely
I'm not
jacked.
smack.
You ever see him do like jujitsu or anything with someone who knows how to do jujitsu?
Him?
Yeah.
No, I just see clips of him sometimes.
He gets ragdolled.
Oh, really?
Ragdolled
Wow.
by dudes that know how to do jujitsu.
Yeah.
And so, like, the point I'm making with this one is, the more muscle mass you have, the more oxygen you need, like the better shape you need to be in. That's why all these super beefed out dudes are not, marathon runners. That's why these marathon runners are very skinny. They don't have a ton of muscle because they need the endurance. So the gorilla's not going to have that much endurance.
Right.
The gorilla goes through, 10, 15 dudes. He's gassing out. He's ready for a nap. And he's still got to beat 85 more people. That gorilla's done by the time we get to 30. By the time we get to 30, we're sending in Brock, we're sending in John Jones, we're sending in Stipe, like we're sending in all our heavy hitters. He's done.
I want a prime Stone Cold.
I was just about to say Stone Cold. We're sending in The Rock,
or just
now, not The Rock who was wrestling. The Rock now, because he's way bigger.
And then let Randy Orton just punt the gorilla.
Randy Orton now, bro, like that girl's got no shot.
But gorillas are like flexible and they like still like.
There's no trees. We're saying
no tree.
Flat surface with a cage. He can't run. Humans can't run. He's definitely taking some out.
Now I'm thinking about this too much, and I'm thinking violent thoughts towards a gorilla, and it's starting to hurt thinking about. Now it's like animal cruelty.
I mean, this is never going to be real.
Because now I'm like, now I see him against a cage. We need there should be a referee in there. Like Herb Dean, UFC should be able to get in there and call it, watch it. It's like, it's over. It's over.
Tame the gorilla.
And then can you imagine the gorilla just waking up from the knockout like,
what just happened?
What happened? And Joe Rogan's like, all right, gorilla, you had a really good time in there. Now let's take a look at the film.
Here's a twisted thought. You ever seen Squid Game?
That was good. I need an audience.
Yeah.
Squid Games?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know the premise for it. So what? It's like a bunch of like people in debt or criminals playing the Squid Games.
Wow, because they're Korean, you're gonna say that, dude?
No, that's just what I thought it was.
I know, but it's a Korean show.
But that's what it is, right?
That's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
They're Korean though.
That with the gorilla. Sending 100.
A Korean gorilla.
No. So like a bunch of people are like, oh, well, the human mentality. They see one person get ripped apart and they're not gonna want to do it. Sending 100 criminals in there, bro. Like 100 people on death row. Hey, listen, you guys kill this gorilla, you're free. All your crimes are forgiven. That little mindset
for the gorilla.
Yeah, definitely, I'm rooting for the gorilla in this instance. But I'm saying that little mindset of
my uncle should stay there in jail.
That's deep. The mindset of he just got ripped apart. I'm out of here. Goes away.
Yeah.
You get your freedom back there. You get out of debt there. And I don't think so. Like
student loans.
This mindset of like, oh, one person would get ripped apart and everyone else would be done. I don't think that would really be the thing. I think humans fight or flight would kick in. Like you realize oh, I got no way out of here, and I really gotta I gotta take this thing out.
Yeah, for
You'd
sure.
figure out a way.
That's why I don't get why people. How do people get beat up by dogs? Because I feel like
Do people get beat up by dogs?
people get killed by dogs.
Yeah,
And I don't get that. Like, I feel like I would just be going, unless it's like a really big dog.
no, I mean I also agree. Like even if it's a really
But
big
how do
dog.
you how does a dog kill someone? Like,
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
like
Because it does
you
happen.
got to be punching. Like, I don't want there's footage of me talking about beating up animals now, but it's only in a life or death situation.
But this is just comedy.
It's not comedy. This is real. Next week at SummerSlam, Gorilla, me, you, one cage, 100 men.
What does satire mean? Joke?
What does satire mean? Yeah, I mean it's like
Like sarcasm?
it's like I mean everyone's gonna make fun of you for not knowing what this word means, but it's okay. So everyone that's in the audience. Hey guys, good to see you.
Thanks for coming out to our
Yeah, satire is a joke. It's like
Yeah.
me saying something ridiculous. It's like me doing something where it's like I think this is a good thing, but we all know it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but so this is all okay, this is all just comedy, it's all speculation.
This isn't satire,
No, it's
but
not
this is all
satire.
speculation.
It's all speculation. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like how does a dog I mean I could understand
know.
maybe a dog gets lucky and maybe gets your neck or something and
Yeah.
that's how you go out.
I think people are getting shocked. Like I'm looking at your dog, and she could probably get a good bite on me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And maybe I'd go into shock, and then I'd fall, and then she just rips my face off.
But I'm thinking even when I fall,
I would still
she's coming
punch.
back on me, I'm decking
That's
her,
what I'm saying.
and then rear naked.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like
Like
0-10 in fights, but I think a dog I could get.
I don't care how big that dog is. Like
I don't care how big it is.
pop, rear naked.
That dog ain't never filed taxes.
Or put him in the arm bar. You seen that dude on Instagram that does jujitsu with his dog?
No.
It's adorable, dude. I got double paw control.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's so funny.
I was like, dang, is his dog choking him out?
No, it's so funny. His dog loves it too.
That's insane. Okay, cool. So we think the humans are going to win.
You do think the humans will win?
I think the humans are going to win.
Yeah.
But
so many people on the internet are saying gorilla.
Gorillas are wild.
And they're acting like people saying humans are dumb. And at first I was saying gorilla, and then someone made the point to me like, "Oh, gorilla's gonna gas out," and I'm like, "Bro, that's actually such a good point."
Yeah. It depends on the people. It also depends on the gorilla.
Because gorillas are absolutely yoked.
They're yoked, but yeah, some of them. I saw one. It got distracted by a magic trick in the glass.
Exactly.
If you can do a magic trick and distract him and freak him out that easily, and then
send Chris Angel out there.
Yes.
What's the other guy?
And then David Blaine.
Send David Blaine out there.
Dude
eats glass.
That's Well, that's more for protein.
Oh yeah, you're right. A lot of protein.
All right, cool. Yeah. So that's the first one.
Second one. 100 Brits versus 100 Americans, unarmed. Just
Stop it.
street fight. Who's winning?
Stop it. We showed that already in 1776.
Unarmed.
USA all day.
Unarmed.
America. Yeah, don't tread on me. They're sipping their tea and talking about the queen. Now, if you have a queen, as long as you guys did, you have a prince or a king.
Yeah.
No, America.
I mean, I don't know, man.
We have tattoos in America.
Oh yeah, Buddy Boy just got AIDS.
I did, and that's why I'm trying not to get my ooze on stuff. So I'm not only showing it off just to show it, but also I don't want to get my ointment anywhere.
So what's the tattoo? What is it?
I can give the meaning after this trend. You want to end, and I can give you the meaning on that. I don't want to interrupt.
Bruce would definitely win.
But what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Americans would win for sure. Dude.
Yeah, USA baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to the new Pope.
The fact that this is even the fact that this has come up on my feed multiple times is just shows me the delusion of.
We already showed you
in England. Because I watch a lot of England people on YouTube. I'm a big fan of a lot of the English YouTubers like Sidemen and all that.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of them and I see some of their delusion with other stuff. So one thing that they're a little delusional about. They say Manchester United is the biggest soccer team in the world.
Who is?
Real Madrid, and it's not even close. Real Madrid's won the most European
Cups. Columbus Crew.
They're the most valuable soccer team in the world. By almost every single metric, Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world, and everybody in England says Manchester United is the biggest club in the world. So like that shows a little bit of their delusion. For whatever reason, they are really engaged and know a ton about our politics. I couldn't tell you who the king is. I couldn't tell you the
Charles?
name of the last queen that just passed away a couple
Come
years ago.
on,
Rest
you
in
should
peace.
know Queen Elizabeth.
Okay, no, I didn't know that. I
Maybe
didn't know
that's
that.
because you're in
But I was
Barberton.
gonna get it wrong. I probably would have guessed it wrong. But
You
now
know
you say
Queen Elizabeth. She's been around for 100 years.
that's crazy.
But yeah, other than her, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know a single thing about what's going on in their
Because
politics.
we don't have to.
I know that like the king and queen don't mean as much now, but and
No.
it's like they have something. I think it's like a prime minister, but I don't
Yeah,
know who that guy
the
is.
prime minister runs it.
I don't know who that guy is. And they know
I think it's
everything
a
about
woman.
our political system. They're so engaged with us, and they talk so much smack about us. So much smack about us
Everyone talks smack about U.S.
because they
But
want to be in the U.S.
they don't want the smoke. They know they don't want the
Yeah,
smoke.
no, yeah.
They need the U.S.
And like, where's all these? Where are all the champions in the UFC? Because the UFC does a good job at recruiting, outside of the
They
U.S.
had Michael Bisping. He was a dog.
Michael Bisping,
Bisping was a dog.
that was like the only guy ever. I
That's the
mean,
only
he
guy.
was good, but
St. Pierre is
we're not putting
Canadian.
him like anywhere.
Georgia
That's
St. Pierre Canadian.
Canada's
Or,
pretty much a state.
I'm not saying that's this guy. So there again. That's this guy. I
Um,
don't want an odd number. If we're gonna take Canada, I want Mexico too.
they're
52
both
states, we can do that.
they're both pretty
51?
much states.
No, that's not true.
I mean, listen, if someone invades Mexico, who's Mexico gonna ask to come help them? Someone invades Canada, who's Canada gonna ask to come help them?
No one's gonna invade them because they're already right next to us. They're not coming near
That's
us.
my point. So
Doesn't
they're
mean that
pretty
they're
much
safe. No, that's not
states.
how it works. But let's keep going.
Uh, I think
Okay,
that is how it works.
it's not how it works. But
If we're gonna if we're gonna be their big brother and protect them,
I didn't say we're their big brother. I'm saying they're not states though. They're not. They don't get to say that they're American until they're actually a state. That's all I'm saying.
no, yeah,
They're not a
no,
state.
I'm with you.
There's law. There's ways to become a state. They're not a state.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But like,
That's why they're coming here because they're not a state. Mexico's nowhere near being a state. That's why they're all
oh yeah, no,
flocking here.
no, for sure
Yeah.
on that. But like, that's also sort of like they want to be Americans so bad, and they're so close to
Everyone,
us
we're the best. Everyone
that
wants
they're
to be American.
basically states.
Yeah, no, we could talk more geopolitics off camera, but no, America's America. We're the best. You can come here if you want, but you got to buy me Taco Bell first.
Never, I'm not even gonna say what I was
Say
gonna
what you
say.
want to say.
It sounds a
Get
little bit
canceled.
racist with
No,
you
then
and
you're
Taco
not gonna say.
Bell.
Oh, what? It's what?
It sounds a little bit racist with you and Taco Bell just talking about Mexico.
Oh, that's
You
true.
gotta make
Well,
me Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's authentic Mexican, and everyone, all my Mexican friends know that. That's satire.
I was gonna say yeah,
That's
because you've
satire.
been to Mexico.
No, I went to Cancun, a resort.
That is Mexico.
Yeah, but it's like not really.
See, that's like me saying Mexico and Canada are a state, and you saying no, and now I'm saying, oh, you've been to Mexico. You say, no, I haven't been
I
there.
mean, I've been to Mexico.
Yeah, it's because it
I've
was
not been to
definitely
real
Mexico.
Mexico though. That's like
No, it's definitely still real
that's like
Mexico.
me saying, "Oh, I've been to America, but I was at the Destin, Florida airport."
No,
You know what I mean?
not even slightly. You could definitely
I'm
still
saying
could have got kidnapped in Cancun.
you what?
You definitely still could have got kidnapped in Cancun.
How's that? What does that mean?
Like you definitely are. Like if you don't leave the airport, sure you can't say you've been to that place, but you left the airport.
Okay, I left. I walked. I hung out in Destin, Florida for a couple of days. Does that mean really going to America?
Did you what? You like went to Destin, Florida, and were in the airport for a couple days?
No, I hung out at the hotel
But
right
yeah,
by
no.
the
If you went
airport.
to Florida, like if you went to Destin, Florida for a couple days, yes, you went to America.
But you're not experiencing America.
Like, okay, but you still went there.
Yeah, you went there, but I didn't really go there. You know what I mean?
Okay, I've only been to New York for literally 3 days, so I didn't really go
No,
there.
no, no. If you were not in New York City, then you didn't really go to New York. But if you're,
I've only been to New York City for 3 days, so I didn't really go
no,
there.
you were totally there for 3 days.
Okay, so point
But
proven.
you weren't in upstate New York. If you would have been like, oh, I was in Syracuse, New York for a couple days. I've been in New York. Then I'd be like, no, you haven't really been in New
So
York.
where do you have to go in Mexico to be like, I've been to Mexico?
Mexico City or
Mexico City is super nice.
Mexico City. Yeah, but there's the culture there and stuff still. There's also Albuquerque, but that's the new Mexico.
Yeah, yep.
There was a city in Mexico that I really wanted to go to, and I can't remember. Is it St. Paul?
I can't remember what's the name of the city right over the border.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I've
Texas,
been there though.
Southern Texas.
Yeah, I mean Southern Texas, Western Texas,
Yeah, it's all.
because my aunt lives in El
Dude,
Paso, which
what are
is
the cities in
right on the
Mexico? I
border.
wanted to
Yeah,
go
look
to.
up that one because I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But I've been to that one, and it was, bro, it was incredible.
Famous cities
I genuinely
in
like could.
Mexico.
It's like you see all this stuff in like movies and stuff. Like if you watch Narcos, like you
Yeah.
see all this stuff about Mexico looking like real deserty and run down and everything. That's real stuff.
Oh, Playa del Carmen. That's a cool one. It's like a beach town.
Yeah,
And that's culturally still like, I mean, Cancun has all these nice resorts, but then like
you didn't leave the resort. I take it.
in between the resort and the airport, it's so dangerous.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah.
So yeah, you can't. You have to stay on the resort.
Okay, you didn't leave the resort.
No, I didn't leave the resort.
We did.
Oh, you did leave in Cancun?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
how was that?
It was great.
So you really went to Mexico?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, so we went. We left the resort. We went to some shops in a mall and stuff.
In Cancun?
Oh yeah, bro. This mall we went to was like one of the nicest malls I've ever seen. It
Really?
was so nice.
I
But
mean,
it
they
was in
got nice
Cancun.
stuff. They got nice stuff. I guess it's just like
It was in Cancun though, so it's like
right.
a tourist thing. They're
Yeah,
expecting
yeah, yeah.
tourists to come there and spend money. And then what's the city? Can you look up the city that's next to El Paso? Uh,
El Paso,
yeah, because
Texas.
I've been there too. But my aunt's husband is Mexican, and he grew up in this city.
Okay.
Um, so when we went to visit my aunt, we went over to the city in Mexico and ate and did some shopping and
Is
stuff.
it I can't say that. Is it that one?
Juarez, yeah, Juarez. Um,
Juarez.
it was Juarez. We went to Juarez for a day, and he was just showing me all these like different nightclubs and telling me all these like horror stories of things that have happened and
Okay.
just all this stuff. And he was telling me when he was a kid, there was so many Americans living there, and
Really?
then things with the cartel just started
Oh
getting
yeah.
so bad that they all came back over and started living in America. Just because it was so much cheaper, you
Yeah.
could buy, houses and land and stuff like that. There was a big nightclub scene, and then the cartels just kind of started taking over. There was this really cool, um, like globe-looking thing,
Hmm.
and they said that it would move up and down. It was a nightclub, and the cartel
Oh
shot it down.
dang. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
can't
they
have
shut it
that.
down. Dude, it was crazy.
I
That
love how
also, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say it.
I'm
No,
not gonna
no
say
one's
it.
gonna watch
When
this.
he says that, it's like I'm not gonna say it. Sounds like you're gonna say something really bad.
It's not that bad. I mean, especially for what they say about stuff people in Ohio. That's the for living in Ohio, and them saying that this is like the heroin epidemic of the world. The
Yeah.
only place I've ever seen needles on the road was in Juarez.
Oh, coming to New York.
I've been.
I'll show you some. You haven't really been. Man, if someone watches this long enough to see those callbacks, they're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm definitely gonna. I'm clipping that. That's good. That's
that's
gonna be
good. Yeah,
good
you
for
just
sure.
gotta bring them back around. Yeah. Okay, so humans over gorillas, Americans over Brits,
Yeah,
and also random shout out to Mexico and Canada,
yeah.
who
I've never
are.
been to Canada. Have you been to Canada?
I've been to Canada. I do love Canada,
Where'd you go?
Toronto,
Okay, never
and
really been to
and
Canada.
yeah, I haven't really been. And London, Ontario. Beautiful. I did some singing competitions out there in college. It was great. The drinking age is 19 out there, or 18 or 19.
In
So
Canada?
so yeah. So in college, we were able to go out there at 19 and 20 for a singing competition each year, and go to bars and get drinks with our American IDs.
Haven't you been overseas to?
Heaven overseas.
Where'd you
Yeah,
go? England?
I've been to England and then Scandinavia, the Nordic countries. Finland,
Norway.
Sweden, Norway, Denmark.
Okay,
Oh man,
that's pretty sick. Yeah, I want to go to Europe someday.
yeah, we should. We're gonna plan a trip. We need to talk about that
To
soon.
the
Off camera,
homeland.
you can't come. You can't come, guys. Come to the Half Brothers cruise this summer.
That'd be nuts.
Okay, what's
We're
number
gonna go to
three?
the homeland.
The motherland,
The
England.
motherland. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. I also,
I don't have a number three though, to be honest with you.
okay, okay. I have a number three.
Okay.
Now, I saw something that said it took Shador Sanders 3 days to get drafted. It took the Catholic Church 2 days to draft the new pope.
Hmm.
Shador's getting all this flack, all this crazy stuff, and the pope got picked before him. How did Shador fall past the pope? And do you think the pope is a better quarterback?
I have not seen the Pope throw a football, so I can't judge on
But
that.
he is American,
He is American, first
and
time
I'm not
ever.
Catholic. I don't think you're Catholic right now.
I'm not
You know?
Catholic.
Yeah.
You know I'm not.
So I know you're not Catholic. Yeah. I didn't want to speak for you. I didn't want to mansplain on camera.
I appreciate that.
So I'm not Catholic, but I'm like so patriotic for this moment
Yeah,
that we have an American Pope,
yeah.
and people are kind of pissed about it
Why?
because they're like,
People
oh,
just want to be mad about
they
stuff.
always want to be because they hate us because they hate us, baby. But hey, all I'm saying is now finally we're gonna have a Pope that can speak English, and I can understand him the whole
Yeah.
time. So for us, that's kind of nice because we're just American boys from Ohio. We can't learn another language.
I will say
We
since
could, we just don't.
like deepening my faith more, I have gained a significant amount of respect for Catholicism.
Oh, for sure. Shout out to the Catholic
The
homies.
only thing I do not respect
Uh
about
oh.
Catholicism, and it's not Catholicism, it's about certain Catholics, is if you ask someone they're a Christian, they say no, I'm Catholic.
Yeah, I
Then
don't
I'm like,
like
okay,
that
that's
either.
weird.
Yeah,
Like,
what's up,
what are you
dude?
doing?
That's what it
But
is.
if you ask someone like, oh, are you Christian? They're like, yeah, I'm Catholic. Then I'm like, oh, okay, they're really about it.
That's
Like
right. That's what's
they're a
up.
Christian, but they also want you to let you know, like they're super
Yeah.
disciplined about being Catholic. But the ones that say no, I'm Catholic, I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, they probably just don't know. But they're probably more like they probably don't realize it's this like some people that like aren't really actively going. Like
Yeah,
maybe they went when they were a kid and they just think it's different and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm Catholic" because they think it's part of your like culture when it's like, "No, what's your belief system?"
yeah,
And then if you ask them, they would probably not even believe in Catholicism.
yeah,
So it's probably like that.
yeah,
Because some people be like, "Oh, I think we're Presbyterian." Mom, what are we? Oh, yeah, we're Presbyterian. It's like you shouldn't have to ask because it's not. That's not how it works. It's not
yeah.
like you're not born into it. You choose it and believe it. So yeah, because some people, yeah, it's different for everyone there. But I do think Shador's a better quarterback than the Pope, though. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Shador Sanders is going to start for the Cleveland Browns by
I hope. Oh,
by week 10.
okay, okay. I
I'm
think
not saying start the rest of the year. I'm saying like Flacco might get hurt. Pickett's hands are going to fall off because they're so tiny. And Dylan Gabriel, I just
my thing. I don't think that they thought that they could get too good. So there's a couple. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. What happened? What do you think happened here?
So I've seen stuff that they didn't want to draft him, like Andrew Berry and
Kevin Stefanski,
Kevin Stefanski didn't want to draft him.
right?
The owner made him draft him. I also saw another thing that said this just in, like there was a insider saying this just in. I've been told that an owner has told his team to draft Shador Sanders. If you look at Andrew Berry's reaction and Kevin Stefanski's reaction when they drafted him, they did not seem excited. So I'm thinking that that could have been about the Browns. Jimmy Haslam told him, said, "Hey, I want Shador, draft Shador."
Yeah.
So they drafted Shador. Um, well, who's the other guy they took?
Dylan Gabriel
Dylan
from
Gabriel.
Oregon.
Don't even care. Don't even
He's got
care.
a great arm, I will say.
Don't even care. So like all these quarterbacks, they got great arms and things like that, bro.
He has a really
It's like
good
the
arm.
only yeah,
Like
but the
the
only one
accuracy is like.
the only one that's really panned out with like a great arm like that is Pat Mahomes.
But
Like you hear all this stuff
yeah,
about these guys with
exactly.
crazy arms and whatnot, and like the only one who's like elite is Pat Mahomes.
Well,
It's
yeah,
about your decision making. It's about what you see on the field. It's about how you can lead your team.
right.
I don't know that Shador is the best leader just because he does seem very in it for himself. So we'll see how his leadership pans out. But I do think he's the best decision maker out of any of the quarterbacks in the draft. And I think if you look at who the best quarterback of all time is, it's not even arguable. He was the best decision maker on the
For
field.
sure.
He didn't when coming out of college. He didn't have the craziest arm. Even in
Mhm.
his NFL career, he didn't have the best arm. But he was really accurate. He made great decisions. He didn't care if it was always on him. He didn't care about throwing 300 yards and 5 touchdowns every game.
Right.
He wanted to win football games and win championships. I
Yeah.
think that's what's most important. I think Shador does want to win. I think that you can just kind of based on a couple of the things about him, like it seems like he does want to win. So I'm excited about that. Thing that I was most disappointed. I'm a Packers fan for one. Super hyped that we actually drafted a skill position player in the first round.
Who'd you guys get? I
I don't
only
remember
paid
his
attention to
name.
the Browns. I didn't even pay
I don't
attention.
remember his name. Wide receiver from Texas.
Okay, cool. White shirt? What'd you say?
Wide receiver
Oh, I
from
was like a
Texas.
white shirt from Texas. I'm like, you didn't play? So it was a red shirt.
Wide
What?
receiver from Texas. But I mean, so like, it
Here, I'll
was a
look him
good.
up.
It was a good decision for the Browns to do this. But like, I really wanted them to take Travis Hunter. I was really hoping they took Travis Hunter at number two. I mean, but I mean, they got a haul for that pick, so it's like
Yeah.
it worked out for him. But Dylan Gabriel, yeah, I think wastes of freaking time.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Just I agree with everything you said as far as the arm thing and the decision making and all that. Well, I do think that it's a little unfair. I think the media, I think a lot of people on social media and just the media in general have been a little unfair to Shador and his cockiness or whatever because when you look at what he did at the combine, he didn't have to throw. He went out and threw so that his teammates would get more media and more attention because they were not going to get it. Like people were not going to show up for some of his wide receivers that came out to work. So they were like, Shador's not going to throw. And then the next day he was out there. They're like, Shador, why'd you throw? He was like, well, I saw my teammates out here and everything, and like they weren't getting the coverage they deserve, and like, I wanted to make sure there were eyes on them, so I went out there and like they crushed it, and
Yeah,
he was talking them up, and like and I think that, and it was like his teammates from Colorado that were
yeah,
out there. He was like, because my teammates were there, and I wanted to be there for my teammates, even though he doesn't play with them anymore. So I do think he's very cocky, but like Baker Mayfield was very cocky, and we loved that about him as like we like embraced that for him.
Aaron Rodgers is very cocky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like, and Aaron Rodgers, I don't think is really that humble at all.
No,
I do think Shador has some humility, and even since the draft has acted far more humble. He immediately has already gone to like schools in the Cleveland area, like to
he
hang out
was
with
in
kids and stuff
Cleveland the
like that.
next day.
The next day,
Yeah,
and excited about it.
yeah,
Like he's Deion. I do think Deion Sanders got a little too cocky.
yeah,
I think Papa Prime got a little too. And I love Deion Sanders. I think it's great. I know he wanted to be a New York Giant and everything. I think if you remove Dion from the whole press
I
coverage
agree.
beforehand, Shador being confident in who he is, Cam Ward was talking all the same smack, being confident, like I'm clearly the best one in the draft, like all this stuff. But Cam Ward's not under the same scrutiny that Shador is because
Yeah,
he's not the son of. Now, that being said, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that he fell to the fifth round. On most draft boards, he was the second or third top ranked quarterback.
yeah,
And on most draft boards, he was going late, like at the latest, early second or late first. And he dropped to the fifth round.
yeah.
Now, if it's just Dion, okay. Maybe he's not as good. Maybe the teams didn't scout him as good as other people in the media. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe
Hmm.
they don't like what they see on the field, or maybe his interviews were really bad. I don't know. I have no idea. But all I know now, and even with the Browns, if it was Jimmy Haslam or if it was AB or whatever, all I know now is training camp started today and it's a competition. The Browns have five quarterbacks on their roster, really only four competing for a job. Because Deshaun Watson, and that's the other thing as a Browns fan, I'm not going to complain about a young kid's cockiness that wants to be great.
Hmm.
When we traded our best quarterback in my lifetime
Yeah,
for a terrible human being
yeah.
who has
And
been
a bad
awful on the and a
quarterback.
bad quarterback,
Yeah,
which I don't think anyone knew he was going to be this bad. He's really bad.
yeah.
So anyway, with that, I'm excited that we have Joe Flacco. I'm really excited for him to come back, start the year off, see what he can do. He can get things going. I think he can get us off to a few wins at the beginning of the year. I don't think he can last the full season. I'd love to see Joey Flacco fever, have a full great season and lead us to the playoffs again. But, I think he is kind of bridging it to see who the young guy's going to be, whether it's Kenny Pickett, who I'm very skeptical about.
It's not gonna
Whether
be.
I think Kenny will get cut, and
It's
I
not.
think it's going to be
I
Dylan
agree.
Gabriel and Shador Sanders competing. But for whatever reason, they really like Dylan Gabriel, and I am so locked in on this situation right now
With Dylan Gabriel?
with the Browns
Okay.
quarterback situation. I listened to a Browns insider today. Rookie training camp started, by the way. So Flacco's just throwing for fun. They had even amounts of snaps for Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. Who looked better today? Everyone said just day one. It doesn't matter too much, but if we're just going off the stats and what we looked on the field, you remove any names. Number 5 looked better than number 12. Number 5 is Dylan Gabriel. The thing that looked really good about Dylan Gabriel, they said, was his timing and accuracy. And for Shador, they said he was accurate, his timing was good, the decision making was good, but the way that he's throwing those balls, it's not as much velocity as Gabriel. He's not as good, on play action. And neither of them though could really do the deep ball well today apparently. But it's probably jitters, it's a lot of things. But anyway, so day one, I'm gonna follow it every single day because I'm obsessed, and I just I'm obsessed with a terrible team, and that's toxic. But
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Shador. I like Shador. I think Gabriel. I don't want to say he's a joke, but I just think that the fact that they traded Baker Mayfield and now you have a diet Baker Mayfield with Dylan Gabriel because he's 5'11". He can run the same offense Baker could run, and he's not as good as Baker. You're either saying we were wrong and we missed Baker and we want that back, or you're saying, this guy is amazing and we really believe in him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's great about not being a Browns fan.
It's great.
I'm not super invested in the team, so I don't get heartbroken when they lose and do dumb things. And
Not heartbroken, just more depressed.
being a Packers fan, we're consistent. We're consistently good. We're consistent, with the different things that we do. We always pick a lineman or a defensive player in the first round of the draft, and we mixed it up this year. We got a wide receiver, so that was awesome. What was his name? Did you find his name?
Wait, I did. Wait. Okay, Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden, that's who it is.
That's right.
So yeah, we got a weapon for Jordan Love, and I think the sky's the limit. I was really, really, really hoping that the Packers were going to take the quarterback from Alabama, Jalen Milroe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why is that? I mean, he's a monster of a man,
exactly.
but he
He's a
can't
monster
throw
of a
a
man,
football that
and
well.
he can't throw a football that well, but he knows he can't throw a football that well.
Okay.
There was so like all the things they said about Shador's interviews, they said like the opposite things about his interviews.
Okay.
Like he crushed the interviews. Like he came in, he was super humble. He like one of the things they asked him like, "What can you improve on? What do you need to get better at?" And his response was, "Well, how much time do you have?"
Yeah.
And then just started just rifling off all the things. And they said, "Well, don't you think you think telling us that don't you think that can like hurt you a little bit here?" And he was like, "I think you guys should be concerned with anybody that comes into this room. Like you should want to know anybody that can get better and all this stuff." And it's like if they tell you they can't get better, they don't need to work on anything. Like
Yeah.
that's the biggest red flag you could possibly see.
Sure.
He's a freak of an athlete, and I think that
He's a monster.
when you look at some of the development of quarterbacks in the NFL these days, like Josh Allen, who was talked about as like the worst pick in Bills history. He was so bad his first couple of years. I mean, not so bad his first couple of years, but not nearly what he is now. I mean, his rookie was bad, but still not like the worst of all time.
Darnold had a worse rookie year.
Exactly, yeah. And if you look at what he is now, it's like, I mean, the quarterback coaches definitely know what they're doing these days. So I think that he can pan out to be a really good quarterback in the NFL, and I was hoping we would take him.
Well, how do you feel about that? It's the Green Bay Packers projections. If you want to read it out loud real quick, just the first spark notes.
ESPN set the Packers over/under win total at 9.5, with a projection of 9.1 wins, tying them for 10th in the NFL. That's pretty good.
Okay,
that's pretty good. I mean,
you think that's reasonable? Do you think that's fair? Because weren't you guys in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, I mean, but that would probably get us in the playoffs.
That would get you in the playoffs.
10th in the NFL.
And then the Vikings won the division.
Vikings
because Darnold had a.
No, the Vikings did not win the division.
Who won your division?
The Lions.
The Lions. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about their. They should have. Won. They should have went to the Super Bowl, dude.
I'm glad they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I've never disliked the Lions up until this year because now they can actually talk some smack and back it up. It was always kind of like I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
Like even when we would beat them, I'd be like, man, or if they would beat us, I'd be like, what, good for them. Like they got us once.
Yeah.
But now it's like they're actually a good team.
They're great.
They're competitive. They're beating us and they're talking smack about it. And now I'm like, oh, I actually don't like the Lions.
Well, here's the Browns season projections. Most sports books, including BetMGM and ESPN, have set the Browns over/under win total at 4.5, the lowest in the league.
The lowest in the league?
Yeah, the Browns are entering 2025 season with tempered expectations.
So they really think Cam Ward's going to be good?
Cam Ward?
Yeah.
Cam Ward's not on the Browns.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The Titans.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they think he's going to be good, apparently. Geez, the quarterback situation is, oh gosh, that's kind of crazy.
So they shouldn't draft the quarterbacks this. I mean, I guess they're not paying him that much because they didn't take him in the first round. Because I heard the quarterbacks next year are even better.
That is ridiculous. How long have we been going?
I don't know. Do you want me to get up and check?
If you want, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, to wrap up today's episode, let's do a couple picks. All right.
We got a special guest for
We got a special guest, and she is ready for some Taco Bell Baja Blast. Oh, yeah, girl. There's the mic. Don't eat the mic. All right. All right. I got ooze on my tattoo, bro.
Hey, come here, come here.
All right. There she is.
Come see his dad.
That's the girl that peed in your bed, right?
Yep, this is the one. This is the one.
Okay.
Say hi to all of our fans.
That's right.
All right, NBA prediction.
Okay.
We're in the second round of the playoffs.
Who's going to the conference finals in the East?
Cavs and Knicks.
Cavs and Knicks. Okay. Cavs and Knicks.
Those are my like two favorite NBA teams. So I would
Really?
love that, yeah.
I would love that too because I live in New York and I would love to watch the Cavs destroy the Knicks while I'm in New York City. Because 2 years ago when they bumped us out, I got so much crap from those freaking New Yorkers. I'm so sick of losing to New York teams when I live in New York.
Yeah.
The Yankees beat the Indians twice since I've been there. And now the freaking Knicks, dude. I can't lose to the Knicks twice. I'd rather lose to the Pacers in this series than lose to the Knicks in the conference finals. But with that, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go Knicks, Cavs, in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll do our predictions of who wins that later. But I have the Cavs beating the Pacers in 7 games. And I think the Knicks are going to beat the Celtics probably in 6 games.
Yeah.
So that's the East. What do you got? Well, how do you have those series?
I don't know who the West is.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Those series ending?
Well, the East, go Eastern first. So Knicks and Celtics right now, it's 2-1 New York.
You said Cavs 7, Knicks 6? Yeah, I got the same.
Okay. In the West, right now Minnesota's leading Golden State 2-1, and the Thunder, or the Nuggets are leading the Thunder 2-1.
Wow.
So can Steph Curry come back and beat Anthony Edwards and them, or is Anthony Edwards going to lead the Timberwolves to conference finals?
I'm going Wolves in 6.
Okay.
And Thunder in 7.
Wolves in 6, Thunder in 7.
Yep.
So it'll be the Wolves and the Thunder in the West,
Thunder in the West.
Knicks and the Cavs in the East. Okay, we'll do more predictions later, but I will go. I think the Timberwolves. So Steph Curry was hurt. I don't think he played today.
I think he's projected to be out the whole series.
It's going to be Timberwolves in 5 then. Wolves are going to win 2 more in a row if there's no Steph, and that's going to be Wolves in 5. And I think I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to say the Nuggets beat the Thunder in 7 games.
I was also thinking that could be a possibility.
It could happen. We'll see. I hope it happens because if the Cavs go to the finals, our matchup against Thunder has been tough this year. We won one, but they blew us out big time on the other one.
Did they?
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So I'm gonna go Nuggets and Wolves in the West. You said
Nuggets and Thunder. I mean, not Nuggets.
Or you said Thunder and Wolves. Okay. And then Cavs and Knicks in the East. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, folks, this has been
What about the NBA Finals?
We're going to get there. We're going to wait on that. We got to wait till we get to the conference finals first. But let's see what happens. Folks, this has been an amazing episode. The last thing I'll say, since this has been shining in the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
I did get this tattoo last week. I don't know if you guys could see it.
Same place I got this tattoo.
That's right. Shout out to Sweet Revenge. Adam does a great job. Very nice guy. Makes a lot of jokes. He made my mom laugh for 4 hours straight. So
what kind of jokes did he make?
I can't do that. Made a lot of jokes.
Okay.
Adam, if you're watching this, which you might be, you follow me on Instagram. You might have made a few jokes, maybe we'll just say some middle school boy jokes that I thought was really funny. But my mom was fake laughing because he had a needle in my arm. So she knows better. But yeah, shout out to Adam. Really great stuff. This is based off Isaiah 43. There's waves on one side. There's flames on the other side. There's a dove at the top, or a bird. You know, the Spirit of God is what that's symbolizing. The waves and the fire symbolize trials and tribulations in life. And so the scripture says when you walk through the water, the waves will not overcome you. They will not sweep you away. When you walk through the fire, the flames will not burn you, for I am with you, the Lord your God. So it's talking about God's protection through the tough times, through tribulations. And in Isaiah, at that point in time, the Jewish people were going through a lot. They were facing persecution, very hard circumstances, and God was with them. And so, even though it's different for us, we're not like in that same scope of who they were speaking directly to. It's still applicable to us and how God is always with us through the good, the bad, the ugly, and He's there. So that's how I got that.
Came out really well. I like it.
I love it. I can't wait to get more. The next one, I'm going to get LeBron James's face right here on my wrist. I think that'd be a really good one as well.
That's idolatry.
Folks, it's been I didn't say I'd worship it, but I would look at him every day. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Alrighty, folks, this has been the Half Brothers Podcast. I'm Glenn.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Glacup, and this is Kezia.
This is Kezia.
Kezia, look at the camera. So, say hi to the people. And this has been the Half Brothers Podcast. Have a good night and keep smiling.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Good job, baby. Good job, baby.
You just everything, don't you?